I need all my white people to the front, please. Specifically white women, anyone who's deconstructed Christian nationalism and fundamentalism or conservatism, even if you've just gotten started. Had a hell of a day yesterday, especially if you're new to this. You are seeing for the first time that black and brown people were telling us the truth the entire time. And for the first time, probably realizing that the America you were raised to believe exists does not and has never existed. You also realize that you have always been on the chopping block. And many of us, myself included, back when I was part of the movement, contributed to this. I carried water for this. Understand that white supremacy is just a tool to protect capitalism and getting wealthy people even wealthier. It's in the foundation of America. And there's a specific moment in American history where it was instilled. What I want you to do is I want you to grieve and I want you to feel shocked and I want you to feel some guilt. Right? Oh my God, I can't believe I bought this. I can't believe I contributed to this. Feel that and then get angrier than you've ever gotten in your entire life. Because you have to learn better now and you have to do better. And if you have black or brown friends or coworkers that you remember having conversations with it, well, I just don't think they should be protesting, or, well, if they just follow the law, I want you to have the courage to call them and say, hey, I was wrong. And I'm sorry. Conversation ends there. They are not obligated to forgive you. Think about how angry and frustrated you'd be if you've been screaming this from the rooftops for years and nobody listened to you. They're not obligated to forgive you. They're not obligated to teach you. Leave that to me. I'm going to give you some things to start with, okay? The first one is One Day Everyone Will Have Been Against This by Omar El-Akkad. This is the most important book I think white Americans can read right now. This specifically addresses Palestine, but it's relevant to everything we're seeing here. I want you to read it all the way through and then go get a highlighter and then read it through a second time. Then you're going to read A True History of the United States by Daniel Cherson. This is about the real history of the United States. What happened to indigenous people? What happened to black people? Not the whitewashed version of, they came over here for religious freedom. They came over here for money. Humanity Archive, which is recovering the soul of black history from the whitewashing American myth. These are going to be tough reads. And you're going to feel a lot of anger and a lot of shame, and you're going to want to take your ball and go home, and it's important that you don't do that. Because being able to take your ball and go home and blend into the wallpaper is privilege. That's what privilege is that they don't get to stop being black and brown. I could dress down and blend into the crowd if I wanted to. That's privilege, but it doesn't mean my life was easy. It doesn't mean my family wasn't abusive, or that there wasn't assault, or that your dad wasn't an alcoholic, or you didn't bust your ass. It doesn't mean any of those things. What it means is that none of those problems were because you were white. And because you have the ability to blend in and protect yourself from this movement for a while, should you choose to. And it's really important you don't take your ball and go home. Poverty by America. Understand that this is institutional and it's on purpose. The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein. We don't have a justice system. How Southern evangelicals fought to preserve white supremacy. The Bible told them so. And a novel, It Can Happen Here by Sinclair Lewis, which is about fascism taking over the United States. It's really important you stay in this movement. Grieve it. Absolutely grieve it. Feel sad, but feel angry. Understand that you've been used and indoctrinated. I talked to Jane Elliott last year and I told her, I was like, I still feel a lot of shame for participating in the system. She said, understand, she's like, you're a white person in America. It would be shocking if you did not grow up with some form of internalized racism and whitewashed American history. It's our job to now learn better and do better.